So the question arises, why do I need this line? And for me, the number one thing is always fun. I think the way the line just shoots out there with really minimal effort is a different way to cast. It's really addictive, and trying to perfect every single cast is really a hobby unto itself. The second big thing is casting this way, you're able to fish places. Not so much this place, this is an easy place to fish, but you know, some of the places we've been fishing on this road trip have been really, really tough with brush and thorns and everything behind us, and there's really no way to fish any other kind of line than a line like a Commando head, which is a short Skagit head. It's short and fat, which means that when you take the line off the water, when you peel the line off the water, really much the same way you would with a roll cast, it's that peeling of the water tension that gives you the rod load that allows you to make a cast. And that fact allows you to cast in really tight spots. With that, these lines allow you to fish appropriate rods. You don't have to fish a heavy rod to fish a big fly, and that's nice, because on a river like this one here, if I catch a 15-inch trout, I'm going to jump out of my socks. And a 12-inch is going to be quite a nice one, so it's nice to be able to fish this 3-weight. The other thing is, I can almost guarantee you that if you're a trout fisherman, you already have a rod that'll work with a Commando head. You don't need to go out, buy some expensive, you know, double hand rod setup. I put off buying my first, you know, two-handed rod for years because of the expense. I mean, you're looking at easily $1,000 for a nice rod and a nice reel, even a cheap one, maybe a little bit cheaper than that. But with a Commando head, all you need to do is buy the running line, the Commando head, and a tip or a set of tips, and you're good to go. And those are really my key points. Another one is the versatility of casts that can be made. You can do a simple roll cast here as you do a slow lift and just kind of shoot the line out there. There goes all my line. And that's pretty much the farthest cast a lot of people usually make for trout. I can do a snap tee or a circle spay. I can do a parry poke, which is nice because you can position your line pretty much where you want it and cast upstream if necessary. I can do a single spay, and I can even do a snake roll. I can even do an upstream snake roll here. These are all super fun casts to make, and it's not very difficult. And of course, the overhead cast. You know, being a shooting head, fundamentally these lines shoot like crazy, so all it requires is one back cast, and you can really just let these things fly. And that's really advantageous where you have to make casts quickly. You don't have a lot of time to do a bunch of false casts. And it's also nice on your arm because you don't have a lot of fatigue, you know, especially in fisheries like Puget Sound or say even Pyramid Lake or Lake Lenore, where you're making cast after cast after cast after cast. Well, being able to do this instead of and finally shooting the line, that's a huge advantage. It'll save, especially if you've got issues with your joints. It's a lot easier on your body to just make one back cast. So fun, can cast in a lot of different places, can cast big flies, can cast a number of different ways, and you can take it easier on your body. You know, for me, that's a pretty good reason to at least take a good look at a Commando head. I'm fishing a 3-weight rod here. This is a 7.5 foot 3-weight, and it does not feel like a 3-weight with the Commando head. I don't know what it feels like. It feels like a supercharged 3-weight. And it's just a heck of a lot of fun. If you've got a river or creek, you know, that's got a bunch of 12-inch trout in it, or maybe smallmouth bass, you really should check this out. I'm Ben Paul from Olympic Peninsula Scouting Tactics, and I just locked myself out of my car on a ferry for the second time in less than a month.
Yeah, baby, that's a good fish. Oh.